Hey guys, what is up? Zeph here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to service 2006 Audi A8 D3 generation S8 or A8 transmission 6HP26A 3-digit code HKT. First thing you want to do, get your car up on jack stands, and one big jack stand in the front. Take off the drain plug from the transmission pan. This is a 5mm Allen, if not correct me in the description. Pretty sure it's 5mm right there. Let the fluid drain out. As far as I know, this transmission has never been serviced. How do I know that? Well, to confirm that prognosis, that's the old fluid right there. I think it's about 11 quarts for this capacity. I think that's about 8 quarts right there. There is still some fluid in the transmission pump. There's still fluid in the torque converter, etc. So to properly do the service, you're going to want to change it 2 or 3 times. Gets me to my next thing. If we look at the old filter here, I want to see the date code on it. This date code says 2005, meaning this transmission was never serviced in its lifetime. It's very sad. However, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to service it. So first thing you want to know is after you take these bolts off, and these are T27 bolts on the pan, not T25, use a T27, use the correct socket, you might strip a bolt. There's an O-ring on this filter. Not a lot of people know this. So let's go under the car. If we look, that's the old O-ring for that transmission filter. You're going to want to take a hook pick and you're going to want to take that out. If you leave the old one in and you put a new one in, it's not going to seat correctly. That's going to cause a pickup problem for the fluid. You don't want that. Also, right below it sits the valve seal. I'll tell you guys about that right after we go through which fluid I'm going to use. The fluid that I'm using is the Valve Line Max Life Multi-Vehicle ATF. The reason is, if you look on the back of it, suitable for use in VW/Audi, ZF Lifeguard 6, Lifeguard 8, Lifeguard 9. Originally, this is ZF Lifeguard 6 or 5. This fluid is fine, and judging by the fact that I'm going to be flushing this transmission fluid and cycling it through and flushing it again and draining and filling multiple times, I went with this. It's like 30 bucks for, seems to be a gallon, about almost 4 quarts. It's a cheap option. You don't want to flush it with really good fluid. It's fine. It works. And you're going to take these magnets off, clean them off. Next thing I want to get to is the valve body. Now this valve body is held up by these T40 screws right here. You got 7 long ones and you got 4 short ones. When it's sitting in the transmission housing, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the long ones at the top, and then you get another 3 at the bottom right here. 1, 2, 3. After that, you can take out these short ones right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry if my camera's blurry. I don't mean it to be blurry, but you got those 4 short ones at the bottom there. I'll take this microfiber and get that camera clean for you guys so you can see better. Anyways, back to that. Yeah, those 7 long ones there on the valve body, and you got 4 on the plastic where the solenoids go. After that, you're gonna have these T27 bolts right here. You're gonna pop these off. Make sure you draw a little diagram up showing where they go. They're different sizes. And then you get this little metal bracket holding these solenoids in. T27 bolts as well. Pop that off. Swap out your solenoids. Take a flathead. See, I have a red flathead right there. That guy worked perfect. You put them right in between where the solenoid meets that plate. After you take the plate off, of course, and then you're able to pry it off. Pop the solenoids out, maintain the direction where you're putting the new ones in. Clean out the ports before you put them in. Just standard procedure. Let's get on to the valve body seal. That guy right there, if you see the rubber residue on the outside, is the old valve body seal rubber. You see how it's warped? It's not sealing properly. It's going to cause transmission flare-ups in 5th or 6th gear, usually, or hard shifting issues. Look at the original part. What I did was I grabbed an eBay part, just like that. Took the seals out, popped it in. That works fine. However, did a little bit more research. If you look at this invoice right here, correct transmission number, 6HP26A61 for the Audi. And 40 bucks, 41.82, $20 shipping. It's crazy, but it's pretty much the same part. So I went ahead, instead of using an eBay seal, which I think should work fine. Original part number is slightly different than the new ones they're putting out right now, since it's an old car. Got this upgraded one. Looks like it's in a little suitcase. Looks a little bit more secure, and maybe the seals or rubber that you use are a little bit better, I hope. So if we look at the part number on the new one, 6HP26A. So if you're doing the solenoids already, and you're already at the access of this valve body, so I highly recommend it. Even if you're not having any shift issues, you will in the future. So to install this, see those little 2 plastic pieces sticking out of the bottom there. You're going to face that towards the floor. So, my bad, my camera cut out. Those little plastic clips are going to go towards the floor. And I'm going to show you how to install it really quickly. So, in the W12, you're going to have some interference with the exhaust. You might need to take the exhaust off, just because there's a lot more exhaust happening in the W12, bigger engine. You already know the deal. We're gonna take this guy right here, face it like this, where that seal goes, and you're gonna wanna tilt it up, pops right in. I noticed there's a little bit of a shake, but I'm not too worried because the valve body is gonna be right here. It's gonna be flush up against it, and when you put those bolts in, it's gonna seal properly. So don't worry if there's a slight shake going on. It's gonna be sealing properly. So yeah, that's pretty much this video. I hope you guys get a little bit of advice out of it. I'm still waiting for a new filter and gasket to come, but when that comes, I'll upload a new video showing you guys what happens. I'm gonna put the code that I have right at the moment. It's a transmission solenoid code. My concern is I'm going to be out in another car because maybe it's the fluid pump, something else going on, but hopefully this fixes the problem. Right before I put the gasket on, I might use some Rhinzo seal, and that should do a pretty good job. Do a little quick walk through again. You're going to drain the fluid, make sure it doesn't look like mine. Then you'll have better luck maybe with the transmission. And after you drain the fluid, clean these magnets out, clean the pan out, clean the gasket off the pan. Do all that, pop the filter out. Remember, there's an O-ring. There is an O-ring on that when you install a new filter. You're gonna wanna pull that out with the hook pick. After that, I showed you how to service the solenoid. I mean, take the T27s off. It should give you access to the solenoid. Keep a diagram of where all the screws go. It's not that difficult. If you want to change the transmission speed sensor, it's a Bosch part right here. If I ever have issues with that, I'll just pull the pan again. Do that, but there's no issues with this part at the moment. While you're here, you might as well do it, I guess. Other than that, transmission seals, they're a pain. I mean, I still kind of root for the cheaper idea. Go get the eBay part. But it doesn't sit well with me. After you get the eBay part, pop out those old seals and pop them in there. I mean, it seats fine. It's my concern of the plastic being warped or something very slightly to a microscopic level, something like that. So I just popped in the new part. There's the part number 0501216013. That's the adapter for the valve body. And yeah, I'll update you guys when I get this going and the fill procedure. I'm fine with this fluid. might want to get a VACCOM or VCDS device, otherwise 40 degrees Celsius when you're filling it up after the car is running. You don't want to let it exceed 50 degrees. It's pretty much like warm or hot to your hand. It's a process. Make sure you have a scanner that can clear TCM codes. I do. It's just a little Bluetooth one. VCDS or VACCOM from Ross Tech. If you want to delve deeper into the codes and stuff, it's fine. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll upload the next video after this, but this is just some insight. If you're having issues with shifting, hard clunking, or valve body seal issues, here's the old rubber from the OEM original part. That's what it looks like. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully this video helps somebody out there in the world. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Audi. Hopefully it's going to be back on the road soon. If it's not, then I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. Definitely needs a wash. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care and peace out. Oh, another thing. When you're taking off this connector right here, you're going to need to take off this connector. To take it out, here's a little tab in the transmission housing. Pull that tab and it'll let you take out this cable. You want to maintain the position of your shift linkage when you're putting it back in, so beware of that, wherever that goes. And for the connector itself, you're going to get a flathead, and you see that little 2 tabs right there? Pop in the flatheads. And there's one on that side as well, and that'll let you take the connector out. Be very careful. It's brittle plastic with transmission fluid that's never been changed. It's going to get a little warmer. It's going to deteriorate the plastic. You're going to have issues. So be careful. Just be cautious. Use gloves. Don't let your human oils or hand oils get on the valve body. Be very wary. There's also a lot of sensitive electronics, so be careful. Thank you guys for watching again. Take care. Bye-bye.